Halfpan Talks, baby. This top 10 games 2015. I'm drawing on my notebooks. You know, and it really elevates my image. I'm not gonna lie. It really makes me better than I am. Like in reality, I make shit YouTube videos every 2 years. Okay, like I wouldn't tweet like this. I don't. Have you seen my Twitter? It's like Deck 5, Deck 5, Deck 6, Deck 7, Deck 2. Vengeance. It's like alcohol. You just gotta, sometimes you just gotta get some. What the fuck is this? Like, how am I gonna edit this and do anything good? Like, what am I at? This could be like the end. And yeah, it's like a half an hour long audio. How am I gonna do this?
Hello, it's Halfpan Talks, part 2, with Halfpan of course. And today we're going to be talking about my top game of 2016 to 2018. No, it's not Knack 2, as some of you might have thought. Knack 2 was made too complex by its additional fort attack. This game only has 3, like Knack's predecessor. Yeah! It's inspired by Knack 2, and I think you can see that all through the game, and as we review it, obviously. The developer, the, the developer of this game is very underground. Halfpan Talks. I don't know if you've heard of them. Yeah, this is the third time one of my games have been on my list. Um, It's called Mad Jukes 2020. I think it's 2020. We'll see now. Um, I imagine I have not forgotten the name. Yeah, I was. Boom. All right, so this is Balthazar. We got Pennywise there as well. You know, looking after the child as he does. From a young age, Balthazar dreamt of being a cyborg. You know, we all have our dreams. I wanted to be a fireman. Look at me now. In year of whatever that fucking means, X, Balthazar's dream was made a reality. Uh, through modern medicine, obviously, and hugs and kisses. These are just some drawings I drew as a child. I just spiced through them and took whatever, you know. Little did he know Balthazar was shit happens, sure, you know. And Balthazar's invisibility chip becomes ingrown with his heart in this next scene. And it basically means I don't have to edit him into the game, and I can draw him as a dotted line in all the next scenes. Being known as glitched, as he could not turn off his invisibility, he was discriminated against by modern society. Not an X-Men plot, I swear. On 7 of True year, yeah, Major Mud murdered Balthazar's wife, you know, after he murdered, like, everyone, basically, in the world, in the enemy plane. Being seen as glitch, Balthazar knew he would have to flee, you know, and become homeless, like every great hero in history. Ever since, he's been searching for his wife's murderer. Because revenge plots are not overdone in gaming, you know. the gaming industry has not seen a murder plot in ages. He tracked Major Mug's movements to a scenic church. This is where our locale is. Graphics in this game are surplus. It got that multiple colors. Three, no, four colors. Oh wait, that's spoilers. We see that later in the game. The graphics are so fucking next gen. It even has, wait for it, a transparent table. Yeah. The main attraction of this game is its unique gameplay feature of rotating a mug. You know, some people say you're born with this with genius ideas that you just have. But me, I'm like Isaac Newton. I was sitting under an apple tree when a fat kid landed on my face. I was out for you know 3 weeks, from the wait, and I remember these fever dreams, and within these fever dreams, I came up with the great idea for this revolutionary gameplay device of the rotating mug, and and I made it the main gameplay feature of this game. As you can see, it's great brilliance, and in this next shocking scene, you get flanked, surprise attacked by a flying brigade of mugs. I was personally shook when this happened to me in fever dreams when I got hit by the fat kid. I wanted to express this by making the player shook, which I think anyone playing this game is quite shook by this dramatic scene. The red represents the blood of Christ, and how we all have our own sacrifices we are willing to make. The fact is that you can rotate every cup, and this is so innovating to me because this has never been done. I've never seen anything like this in the gaming industry before. We got some great personal naming technique that I haven't seen really at all in any literally literature. Um, and I like to call it alliteration. What the fuck? The gun was actually the hardest part of this game to implement. I'm not gonna lie. Even though like I had basically already made a gun in ball game. That that great game if you remember from Halfpan Talks Part One. Um, but mapping the long ass shaft, making it look like the and oh, fuck, basically mapping the long fucking shaft of the gun and making the objects look as if they're coming out of it was a lot was creating a lot of bugs like but some people say debugging is the hardest but funnest part of programming, so this project was so fun and I did it during my exams, which I actually did pretty good in too, so take your wins. I should have talked about coding. But whatever. It's actually really hard to kill Crown Cup. Uh, you have to do this thing where you take your mouse and you point it straight at him, and when you do this and click, his health goes down. I haven't seen this gameplay anywhere before, but only in Knack 2 I've seen it. Knack 2 did inspire me for this gameplay feature. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm not gonna act as if I'm so original that I came up with this all by myself. I was inspired by Knack 2. Hey yo, so I'm just gonna talk about the end game later because like effort right now, and I'm on a different topic, and it'll be a nice ending to the video. So I'll cover it later. Knack 2 doesn't got that green gun. So like I'm fucking so innovative in that sense. This is actually a sequel to the Red Door game from you might remember from such videos as Halfpan Talks Part 1. Uh, but the Red Door game is actually it's set into on the Omniplane, which is like a place in this universe. But the game series might revisit the Omniplane, but the, the door game, the Red Door game is such like just a masterpiece of art. I feel like I can't go back to the Omniplane because I'd mess it up. Like I don't want to ruin what came beforehand. A feature missing in this game is the ball from the first title in the series, the ball game, and the ball game, the name means so much more than just throwing around a ball. It represents how we sometimes throw ourselves around and how we have to pick ourselves up no matter what. And no matter what we do, the ball will always be there. We can always pick it up. We can always put it down. No matter what. No matter it's always there. Constant velocity, constant acceleration, constant variable. The ball is there. I decided to leave it out because it was just too meta. The game it would have been too meta, and Mad Dukes already tackles so many topics, and I don't think I could have developed on what I had built in the masterpiece of ball game. So I feel like it would have just looked put in instead of actually adding to the game, and making the game better, and I think if it didn't make the game better, it's a disservice to the original. The reason is definitely not because I'm lazy and I just didn't want to put an extra gameplay feature in, and I just wanted to get the game finished. Nah. But cups in the scene, instead of representing the blood of Christ, they represent blood in birth, and how in a way we are rebirthed by viciously murdering our enemies. I really think this theme of revenge really gives us insight into Balthazar's character and what he does throughout our game. He takes everything head on. He gets flanked, keeps on going. He he gets distracted by just a heap of fucking balls. But in the end, he always kills Crown Cup. He always gets his revenge. At least in this title. That might change. He hasn't found his wife's killer. He's only found an instrument in it. One of the lower downs. Someone who might have been like, oh yeah, we'll do that, sure. No problem with it. And he sees that person even though they only said something, someone who probably only overlooked the task and didn't do it themselves or plot or plan it, someone who did not premeditate in killing his wife, he still sees them as responsible. So I added in the death feature because I think personally it represents how we can overlook and get overloaded by schoolwork or bullying or whatever. Definitely not because the game crashed. If I didn't put it in, that would be insane. The game see all these cups coming in. Yeah. The amount of them definitely after if I let the game run any longer, the amount of them in the scene definitely wouldn't have crashed the game. That's definitely not the reason why. Don't be crazy. Hey, so the ending it goes like this: Balthazar had been duped. Major Mug had become a duke in a country far to the north. He had to lead on his next adventure of vengeance. Now, this ending is, for me, going to explain why this is my top game for like 4 years, or 3 years, 2 years, whatever. And it will bring together everything I've said beforehand. And I feel like no matter what, this game, it kind of ends like this. Like, okay, right, if you want it to end by him getting overloaded by cups, it doesn't really. He kind of just comes back. in my eyes, he would just come back and kill Crown Cup. But this ending, it shows that it's just one piece of the story. That the story, it goes on. Just like my own story in a way. And that's kind of what this game represents. It's such a big milestone for me. It's such, it means so much to me. There's so many little stories like the game, inside the game. Little stories that I can tell, and little stories that this video couldn't contain. You know, I've kind of told some of them, some of the ideas behind the game. I've tried to make a lot of jokes out of them, which maybe wasn't the best, but you know, it's at my heart to make jokes. And I think this game, it represents that I have completed something. I've completed a small section that is, it's not that great, but for me it's fucking amazing. You know, these games, they're produced by like what, 50 people over the course of 2 years. And I'm a fucking, I'm like 16, 17, whatever, and I was able to produce this section of my game, and that was just amazing to me. And I feel like the fact this game represents that I will go on to do more games, to do more things that I want to do, because this is complete. This little section is complete, and it has so many little stories in it. Like the fact that it is a little story, it like connects, and I think that's why for me it's gonna be my top game, because I know I'm a little biased because it is my game and it means so much to me, and I know all the stories behind it, and it's gonna be so hard to show you all those stories. And maybe I will make another video in the next 2 years. And it kind of relates back to that as well. Why I love this little game that I've made so much. It's because, like Halfpan Talks, was, I enjoyed making that. I didn't tell anyone for ages, and then I showed people and they actually liked it. You know, and I feel like they're gonna like this game, and I'm gonna try and get it out to you guys if you want that. And I feel like this is just what this ending represents to me. You know, that he is gonna go on and kill Major Mug. Hopefully, if I if I grab my balls together and complete the series, which probably won't happen. I'm not gonna lie. Excuse me. This game took so much of my time. And this video took so much of my time. I had to record the audio like 3 times. You can notice there's a bit of it where like it's just shit audio. But I don't care because I'm not recording it again. But that's why it's my top game, because it represents so much to me.